Most cruise mistakes don't look like mistakes. They look like a smart move or a harmless habit. But for thousands of passengers, these pro moves are quietly draining bank accounts and getting people banned for life. I've seen seasoned cruisers get hauled to the naughty room over a single bottle of rum or face massive fines for a simple open window. Today, I'm showing you 17 habits that cause the biggest headaches on board. Stick around, because mistake number 7 is a massive liability that most cruisers ignore, and it could cost you your entire vacation. 1. The embarkation buffet blunder. Heading to the main buffet the second you step onto the ship is the fastest way to ruin your first afternoon. Most passengers think they're being efficient by grabbing a quick bite while waiting for their cabins to open. The truth is, you're walking into a high-stress, tongs and elbows war zone. Imagine 3,000 hungry travelers all funneling into the Windjammer on a Royal Caribbean ship at 11:30 a.m. It's a chaotic scene of people wandering aimlessly with heavy plates, loud children running through aisles, and zero available tables. You start your vacation stressed, sweaty, and frustrated before you've even seen your stateroom. It's the opposite of the relaxing getaway you paid for. But here's the catch. Almost every ship has a lunch sanctum that is completely empty. The pros walk right past the buffet madness and head straight to smaller, hidden venues. On Royal Caribbean, that's the Solarium Bistro or Park Cafe. On NCL, it's the local. Most passengers assume these places are closed or cost extra, so you get to sit in air-conditioned silence with a fresh sandwich and zero line. Don't be a rookie. Instead of fighting the crowds at the buffet, check your ship's app for the smaller, included cafes that offer a peaceful start to your voyage. 2. The master switch keycard mistake. Using your actual cabin keycard to keep the lights and AIC running while you out of the room is a mistake that could leave you stranded in the hallway. On most modern ships, your lights and power are controlled by that little slot by the door. Most cruisers think they're being clever by leaving their card inside, so their devices keep charging or the room stays icy cold. But here's where it goes wrong. I've seen countless experienced cruisers get back to their room after a late night, only to realize they've forgotten their keycard inside the slot. Or worse, the constant heat from the slot demagnetizes the card sensor. Now, instead of relaxing, you're standing in a 40-minute line at guest services just to get a replacement card. It's a total waste of your vacation time. There's a much smarter way to handle this. You don't actually need your CPass card to keep the power on. Any card with the same dimensions will trigger the sensor. Use an old library card, a grocery loyalty card, or even a thick business card from your wallet. It works perfectly every time. Your cabin stays cool, your phone keeps charging for your shore excursion, and your actual keycard stays safely in your pocket. Slide an old rewards card into the power slot the moment you board and leave it there until the end of the cruise. 3. The wine mule corkage trap. Bringing your allowed bottles of wine directly to the main dining room unopened is an amateur move that will cost you $25 per bottle. Most major cruise lines, including Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and MSC, allow you to bring 2 bottles of wine per cabin. Most people think they can just walk into the fancy dining room, hand the bottle to the waiter, and enjoy their vintage. But here's the trap. The moment that waiter pulls out their corkscrew, they are required to hit you with a corkage fee. Suddenly, that free bottle of wine you lug through the terminal now costs as much as the ship's house vintage. It's a hidden fee that catches even loyal cruisers off guard every single night. The workaround is so simple it feels like a legal loophole. All you have to do is bring your own corkscrew from home. Open the bottle in the privacy of your cabin, pour yourself a large glass, and simply walk into the dining room with the glass already filled. There is no rule against walking through the hallways with a drink in your hand. You can even bring the open bottle with you if you've already poured the first round. Save your money for the casino. Instead of paying the ship to open your own wine, open it yourself in your stateroom and walk into dinner like a pro. 4. Ignoring the shower cling. Letting the lightweight cruise shower curtain ruin your morning routine is a mistake you only make once, but it's one that ruins the luxury vibe of your trip. Most cruisers think they just have to live with the tiny, cramped showers on older ships. The truth is, the physics of a small shower stall works against you. When the warm water starts running, it creates a vacuum. Suddenly, that cold, thin, plastic curtain is drifting inward and sticking to your legs. It's gross, it's distracting, and it makes an already small space feel like a coffin. I've seen people spend their whole shower fighting with the plastic rather than actually getting clean. Plus, once the curtain moves, water sprays all over the bathroom floor, creating a slipping hazard for your cabin mate. The fix is tiny, but it makes every morning significantly better. You need to pack a few heavy binder clips or strong magnetic weights in your toiletry bag. The second you get into your cabin, clip them to the bottom hem of the shower curtain. The extra weight prevents the cling effect and keeps the curtain perfectly in place. It's a $2 solution to a $2,000 vacation problem. Stop fighting the plastic. Instead, bring a few heavy clips to weight down the curtain and reclaim your personal space in the shower. 5. The pre-flight luggage tag mistake. Attaching your paper or plastic cruise luggage tags before you head to the airport is a high-risk gamble that usually ends in lost bags. Most cruisers are planners. They want to be ready, so they staple those Royal Caribbean or celebrity tags to their suitcase handles before they even leave their house. But here's what the pros know. Airport baggage systems are essentially industrial shredders. Those conveyor belts and baggage handlers are not gentle. By the time your bag travels through 2 airports and a taxi, that paper tag is often ripped off, mangled, or shredded beyond recognition. If that tag is gone when the bag arrives at the cruise terminal, it has no identification. Your suitcase ends up in a mystery pile in the ship's bowels, and you might not see your clothes until day 3 of the cruise. I've seen families forced to go to formal night in the t-shirts they wore on the plane because their luggage tags didn't survive the flight. It's a preventable nightmare. The correct move is to keep your tags inside your carry-on bag during your flight. Only attach them once you are standing on the sidewalk at the cruise terminal or at your hotel the night before embarkation. Protect your wardrobe. Instead of stapling your tags at home, wait until you're at the port to attach them, or use clear plastic tag holders for extra durability. 6. The forbidden outlet struggle. Thinking you are limited to the 2 or 3 US-style outlets on your cabin desk is a mistake that leads to a mess of tangled cords and uncharged devices. Most American cruisers look at the desk, see the standard plugs, and assume that's all they get. They start unplugging the cabin lamp or the TV just to get enough power for their phones and cameras. But here's the secret. Most modern ships are built for an international market. If you look closely at your desk or behind the bed, you'll see a strange, round outlet. That's a European Type-C plug, and it's usually sitting there completely unused because no one brought an adapter. While everyone else is fighting over the one US plug, that European outlet is providing 220 volts of untapped power. This is especially important because cruise lines have strict, no surge protector rules. If you try to bring a standard power strip from home, security will confiscate it at the pier. But a simple, $3 travel adapter is perfectly legal. By using that forbidden outlet, you effectively double your charging space without breaking any fire safety rules. It's the easiest way to keep your phone, GoPro, and tablet ready for every shore excursion. Don't fight over the desk plugs. Instead, pack a cheap European Type-C adapter to unlock the extra power outlet that everyone else is ignoring. 7. The TV input lockout. Accepting that you can only watch the ship's grainy, limited satellite channels is a mistake that leads to some very boring nights at sea. Cruise lines intentionally disable the input or source button on the cabin remote. They want to force you to buy their $15 on-demand movies or sit through the endless loop of how to buy diamonds in port commercials. Most cruisers think their Amazon Fire Stick or laptop is useless once they see that disabled button. But here's the catch. The TVs themselves are usually standard Samsung or LG models. They aren't special cruise TVs. They just have a software lock called Hotel Mode enabled. If you rely on the provided remote, you're stuck with 3 news channels and a weather map for 7 days. The workaround is something most passengers never think to pack: a cheap universal remote. A basic $10 remote from Amazon can often override the ship's lockout, allowing you to switch the input to HDMI 1 and watch your own downloaded Netflix shows or movies. If you have a phone with an IR blaster, you can even use a remote app to do the same thing. Just remember to switch it back before you leave so the next guest isn't confused. Don't settle for bad TV. Instead, bring a cheap universal remote to bypass the ship's lockout and use your own streaming devices. 8. The casino cash advance error. Using the ship's ATM when you run out of cash is a mistake that effectively charges you a 10% tax on your own money. We've all been there. You halfway through the cruise and realize you need cash for a taxi in port or for extra tips. You head to the ATM in the lobby, only to see a brutal $6 to $10 service fee for a single transaction. Most cruisers think this is the only way to get cash on board. But here's the casino hack that the pros use to avoid every single ATM fee. Go to any slot machine in the casino and insert your SeaPass card. You can charge money to your room account as gaming credit. Simply charge $100 to your room, spin the reels once for 50 cents, and then hit the cash out button. The machine will spit out a voucher for $99.50. Take that ticket to the casino cashier, and they will hand you the cash. You've just gotten your money with a total fee of only 50 cents, rather than the $10 the ATM would have stolen. It's a completely legal move that the cruise lines don't advertise, but it works on almost every major line like Carnival, Royal Caribbean, and NCL. Stop letting the ATM eat your spending money. Instead, use a slot machine to charge your room account and cash out to get your money fee-free. 9. The Sea Day Spa Scam. Booking your relaxing massage on a sea day is one of the worst financial mistakes you can make on a ship. Most cruisers think sea days are the logical time for a spa visit because there's nothing else to do. The cruise lines know this, which is why they set their peak pricing for those specific days. If you book a 50-minute Swedish massage on a Monday at sea, you're going to pay the full price, usually around $189 plus a mandatory 18% gratuity. But here is the truth. The spa is a business, and when the ship is docked in port, that business is dead. While everyone else is at the beach in Cozumel or Nassau, the spa therapists are sitting around with empty schedules. This is when the massive discounts appear. Check your ship's app or the paper newsletter on port days. ULLC top-to-toe specials or 30% discounts just to get people in the door. You can often get the exact same massage, plus a facial and a foot rub for $99 total. You're getting more service for nearly half the price just by staying on the ship for an extra hour. Don't pay peak prices. Instead, wait until the ship is in port to book your spa treatments and take advantage of the massive discounts offered to keep the spa busy. 10. Leaving future money on the table. Waiting until you get home to book your next vacation is a mistake that literally costs you free money. Many cruisers think they'll just think about it once they get back to reality. But once you step off that gangway, the best deals in the industry vanish instantly. If you book the exact same cruise 2 weeks after you return home, you'll pay the standard deposit and the standard rate. But if you visit the next cruise or future cruise desk while you're still on board, the perks are massive. Most lines offer reduced deposits, sometimes as low as $100, and they'll give you instant onboard credit for that future trip. We're talking about $100 to $500 in free spending money just for planning ahead. And here's the secret. You don't even have to pick a date. You can often book an open passage or future cruise certificate. This locks in the low deposit and the free credit, and you have up to 2 years to decide where and when you actually want to sail. It's a win-win that most passengers walk right past on their way to the bar. Don't leave free money behind. Instead, visit the onboard booking desk to lock in reduced deposits and free onboard credit for your next adventure. 11. The polite diner mistake. Being too polite in the main dining room is a mistake that will leave you hungry and missing out on the best parts of the cruise experience. Many cruisers, especially first-timers, look at the menu and think they have to choose just one appetizer, one entree, and one dessert. They don't want to be that person who asks for more. But here is the insider secret. The main dining room is effectively all you can eat. If you can't decide between the lobster tail and the prime rib, the answer is both. If you want to try 3 different appetizers because they all look incredible, order all 3. The waitstaff actually prefers you do this because their primary goal is your satisfaction score at the end of the week. I've seen cruisers leave a meal feeling disappointed because their one choice wasn't great, while their neighbor is happily sampling the entire menu. You've already paid for the food in your cruise fare, so there is zero reason to limit yourself. Just make sure you're actually going to eat what you order to avoid unnecessary waste. Don't be shy with the menu. Instead, order multiple appetizers or entrees if you can't decide. It's all included, and it's the best way to find your new favorite dish. 12. Missing the specialty lunch hack. Only visiting the specialty steakhouses or Italian restaurants for dinner is a high-priced oversight that can blow your vacation budget. Most passengers think of these venues as night-out spots. They see the $60 per person cover charge for the steakhouse and decide it as too expensive for a family of four. But here's the hack that saves you 50% or more. Check if that specialty restaurant is open for lunch. On many ships, high-end spots like Giovanni's Table or the Steakhouse offer a lunch service on sea days. The menu is often nearly identical to the dinner offerings, but the cover charge is slashed. I've seen dinner spots that cost $55 per person drop to just $20 or $25 for lunch. Not only is it cheaper, but the service is usually much faster and the atmosphere is more relaxed. You get the same premium quality meat and the same high-end experience without the formal night price tag. It's one of the best value plays on the entire ship, yet the specialty restaurants are often half-empty during the day. Don't pay full price for dinner. Instead, check the app for specialty lunch hours to enjoy the same premium dining experience at a fraction of the cost. 13. The wake-up call oversight. Relying on your cell phone alarm is a high-risk gamble that can result in a ruined vacation day. Most cruisers assume their phone will automatically update when the ship crosses into a new time zone. The truth is, ship time and cell phone time don't always match up, and if your phone pings a tower on a nearby island, it might jump an hour ahead or behind. Imagine you have a 7 a.m. shore excursion that you've been looking forward to for months. You set your phone alarm, but because the ship changed time zones overnight, your phone doesn't go off until 8 a.m. You wake up, rush to the pier, and watch the bus drive away. You've just lost your $200 excursion fee and your entire day is ruined. There is a fail-safe pro alarm that never fails, the room service alarm. On almost every ship, continental breakfast is free. The night before, fill out the door hanger and request a coffee and a croissant to be delivered at 6:30 a.m. The gentle knock on the door and the smell of fresh coffee is a guaranteed way to wake up on time, regardless of what time zone your phone thinks you're in. Don't trust your phone's clock. Instead, order a free room service breakfast for your desired wake-up time to ensure you never miss a shore excursion. 14. The $600 cellular disaster. Thinking you reach close enough to land to use your data is a $600 mistake that will haunt you long after the cruise ends. Most cruisers see the coastline of an island and assume they're picking up a local tower. They think, I'll just check my email real quick. But here's the trap. Your phone doesn't care about the land. It cares about the strongest signal. On a ship, that signal is cellular at sea. This is a satellite-based network that is not included in your international roaming plan. A single background update or a few photo uploads can trigger roaming charges that reach hundreds of dollars in minutes. I've seen cruisers come home to a $600 bill just for leaving their data roaming on while they slept. Airplane mode is not a suggestion, it's a requirement. The second that ship leaves the pier, your phone should be in airplane mode with Wi-Fi turned on. If you need to navigate in port, download offline maps on Google Maps before you leave home. This allows you to use your GPS without ever hitting a cellular tower. Don't risk a massive roaming bill. Instead, keep your phone in airplane mode for the entire cruise and use the ship's Wi-Fi or offline maps to stay connected. 15. The single bathroom bottleneck. Fighting over one tiny bathroom is the fastest way to turn formal night into a stressful disaster. Most cruise cabins are designed for two